guys, welcome back to another episode of The Complete Woman. If this is your first time stopping by, this is The Complete Woman, a ministry stroke NGO God gifted me. And here we are empowering women physically and spiritually under five main core areas: emotional maturity, spiritual maturity, mental wellness or mental health or mental wellness, physical wellness, as well as financial freedom. If this sounds like something you like to be a part of, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and the bell in front of it so you'll be notified anytime we upload a new video. And also, we've started on the first two main pillars, which is emotional and spiritual maturity. That's because the both of them go together. A spiritually matured person is an emotionally matured person. So once emotional maturity is growing, spiritual maturity is also growing. And today we are coming with episode 12 of this video. Like I always say, all the topics, they flow into each other. So if this video blesses you, I would really advise that you go to episode 1 and feel yourself in. I promise you will never be the same again. It's going to really help with, if you seek emotional healing, it's going to help you with a lot of self-awareness and navigating complex relationship, people, and all of that. So if that sounds like what you like, is something you like, then do keep on watching. Today, the last episode we spoke about self-control. We are already into the characteristics of an emotionally matured person, and right now we are on the first character trait of an emotionally matured person, and that's self-control. So we say self-control is in three folds: self-control towards others, self-control towards yourself, self-control towards God. And now we have been talking among all the emotional matured character traits. I notice self-control is the most broad. It contains so much. Like we are going to be talking about self-control for so long. So we are just on the aspect of self-control towards yourself and others. On the last video, we spoke about different types of manipulating tactics people use, how to detect them. In today's video, we are going to talk in depth about assertiveness, boundary setting, and how to handle each of the manipulating tactics we have identified. How to handle each one when you notice somebody is playing with you that way. So using assertiveness and boundary setting. So if you want to know what assertiveness and boundary setting is and how to handle dynamics in your working place, marriage, relationship, family, whatever, where you perceive you are being manipulated, how to assert your boundaries in such a way that does not bring conflicts and fights. This is a skill everybody needs to master. It's going to really help your mental health, avoid so many issues, heartache, and problems. So if that sounds like something you would like to know, please do keep on watching. Don't forget to like the video and comment below. So asserting boundaries with abusers. That's it. Assertiveness is one thing, and boundary setting, you use assert boundary by being assertive. So assertiveness and boundary setting is two things you use to handle a manipulative dynamics when you're handling manipulators or people that are being manipulated. So as always, I have a big ass book where I do a lot of writing as the Holy Spirit directs me, so I don't forget anything. So in case you see me looking down, I always read and explain what I mean by what I've written down. Okay. So assertiveness is the ability to express your thoughts, feelings, and needs in a clear, direct, and respectful manner. It involves standing up for yourself as well as creating boundaries, expectations, and desires without being aggressive, passive, or manipulative. So, like I was saying in the last time, in certain cultures like Nigeria and Africa, assertiveness is perceived as being disrespectful. So the children have been brainwashed again that, oh, you standing up to what you want is disrespectful. It's disrespectful. So children and people don't just stand up. They don't know how to stand up to people. What the result of this is low self-esteem. Somehow you see people that people please, they can't even stand up to their mate. Dynamics in relationship, love relationship, where people get to the point where they are being taken for granted and they break up. If the skill of assertiveness and boundary setting, that mindset was there in the beginning, you know what to do and when to walk away and be happy doing it. It will lead up to the place where you walk away. And many people have gotten spoilt so many relationships, right? With because they lack they don't know there's something called assertiveness and asserting boundaries. Many people have died giving too much because they didn't know how to say no in a respectful way, and that's assertiveness. Many marriages have spoiled and have led to so much destruction maritally because they don't know people don't know assertiveness and boundary setting is a very 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 crucial skill people should learn, and for free, professionally kind of. I'm going to teach you in this video, so give me a like, please, and follow. And this one is not what man-made wrote. This one is moved by the spirit, inspired by the spirit. So you can't go wrong. It's what I'm about to give you is what people will pay for. Is what you can't get anywhere. That's it. It's okay to have your needs, what you want, as long as you communicate it in a respectful way. When somebody is saying you being assertive despite you being respectful, and they're telling you are being disrespectful, are giving a dimension like you don't you are not supposed to say how you feel or what you need, then that person is minimizing. Like we learned the last time, that person is minimizing, that person is ignorant, and you see how to set up boundaries with all those type of people. So Co- components, character traits. Components, the character traits, the components of assertiveness, or the aspects to being assertive. The first is confident expression, stating your opinions, needs, feelings clearly without hesitation in a respectful way possible. So, as what assertiveness is not looking down at the floor when you are talking to the person, shaky voice, not sure if you using sentences that they can already deplete in your energy, that this person is scared of me, okay, let me be this. When you are being assertive, you have to use your firm voice, look in the person's eye, not in a disrespectful way, have a relaxed body, look in the person's eye. Oh, I don't like being treated like this. Oh, I don't think, no, I can't do this. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'll not be available for that. Stand your ground. So many people, from their body language, the person can already tell that, this person, if I need to push my boundaries well enough for me to force them, they don't have any choice and to get what I want. And I know how scary it can be, especially maybe with family, in a dynamics where you will see all the fears where you're afraid. They will not say, oh, this person's an ingrate, or they start guilt tripping you and all of that. We'll see all of that as we advance through. But if you the key of assertiveness, from the way it sounds, is that confidence, the confidence in saying no, but in a very respectful way. Oh, I can't give you that because it's not convenient. Oh, I can't do that because of XYZ. Saying no is very okay. So far your tone is respectful, you're not disrespectful. Your tone, you watch your tone, you look the person in the eye, not in a like war, but you look at the person in the eye like, you cannot come and beat me, I cannot do it. Do you understand? That's a human being, they cannot kill you, they are not God. Like, let them know that, see, I can't do this thing. So the confidence is very very key. You will see in narrative where there's sexual harassment in the office and in school with lecturers, if a girl or a lady can master the body language of assertiveness, oh my god, many sexual harassments would not even move to the next light of the day. They will look for somebody else. They will look for somebody else. And because this is a ministry and it's the work of God, I'm going to expose share my own story with you. I went to a university that and a school where a certain department, because it's male dominated, which is geology, um sexual harassment it's not funny, is the order of the day. Like, we breathe it in. if you, it's normal. When a lecturer, you go to his office, it is normal. They are finishing class, they are like, see me in the office, they call your name and you are going. I've report a friend of mine that One lecturer was saying, oh, wow, you look like Hollandia yogurt. These people don't care. They say how they want to say it. And if you cross them well enough, you would be failing. A lecturer have had the guts to fail my friend, make sure she spill over for the year, and he will stand laughing in the exam hall when she comes and say, look at you now. Because that's Nigeria for you. If you go to the Senate to report or anywhere, they are there, they have godfathers. They are the ones that run things here. But funny enough, all the scary men that they were scared of have once tried to cross me. That much. You know what saved me? Assertiveness. And I didn't know that what I was doing at this point was assertiveness. And where did I learn it from? Maybe because I'm the daughter of an army officer, but I don't think so. I think maybe it's ingrained in, it's the Holy Spirit that taught me. So in the two cases, um, it just comes natural with me. There was one that would say, come and see me in my office. And anytime I get to the office, I'm like looking him in the eyes. Like, good afternoon, sir. He said I should see you in the office. Like, assertiveness, your face is expressionless. This person see that there's this confidence, this calm, there's no fear. It's like it's given when the governor sent his daughter, the president daughter, is giving audacity. It's giving, there's this aura around the person. It's giving like, who is this? Who are you? It's giving chill. What's up? You get? Unlike other girls that may enter, good afternoon, sir. It gives you away. Oh, you're frowning for me. Are you frowning? Who is smelling in this office? You want to, I'll deal with you. As if I did not do anything now. You're exposing yourself. Or the ones that say, or they do timid, and you be timid and scared and going. Those ones self, they'll know that they just need to pet this one and that's all. But assertiveness and being confident and learning the art of an expressionless face, a this type of powerful vibe, it commands its own kind of fear and respect because they can't, your emotions cannot be dictated. They don't know if you're happy, they don't know if you're sad. There's an aura they cannot explain, but they will not be able to look you in the eye. And I kid you not, for how many 15 to 30 minutes, this lecturer will not be able to say anything. He'll just be beating around the bush. And you try to crack joke here, just getting me to laugh so he could feel the dynamics of my emotions. And my face is expressionless. What will be going through his head is, let me not go and say something I disgrace myself in front of this girl. What kind of power is this? Who is her father? It will be given as if, imagine if your father owns the school and the lecturer did not know, how would you go? But again, you are not a foolish person that will be proud and all of that. How does the daughter of the king, how will she carry herself? A good daughter of the king, not the one ruled by pride. Do you understand? When people see confidence, when people cannot read your emotions, that's what I'm saying basically. You are respectful, so they cannot say, oh, she used a disrespectful tone. How dare you speak to me like that? People will now run in. You are very respectful with them. They cannot tell the dimension of your emotions from the way you're talking and you're looking at them. Your face is expressionless. And there's no form of jittery. You are very calm and whole and grounded. Your face is expressionless. There's this confidence, and you're looking them in the eye. There's a power dynamics it does. Don't nobody will be able to tell you rubbish. It just gives power. It just gives power. There's something I even feel that is spiritual to it. It's not even just physical. You have to master it. You have to master it. Learn how to be expressionless and unreadable on the surface. That's the confidence they're trying to talk about in assertiveness. Learn to switch off that emotions. It's not like frowning your face, beach resting face, but expressionless. Yeah, you can't tell if I'm good afternoon. Yeah. It's as if you walked in for an interview. It's like you walked in for a job interview, or you're at the customers section of a serious bank. You know that seriousness that is there? Yes, that's it. We came to work to be serious. That's what I'm talking about. That's the confidence of the assertiveness we are talking about. It will do you so much. it will look like you have audacity. Even if inside, if you are so scared and everything is jumping up and down, it will look like you know what you are doing. So confidence and assertiveness, they go together. If you lack the confidence, go and learn it first before you even move on to the next. Then you will state your opinions, because sometimes you need to state your opinions. Or maybe they've said something, maybe it's in marriage, maybe it's in at the job, maybe it's between you and your friend, you and your spouse, you and your in a relationship, and they are saying something that does not go well with you, and you want to state your opinion. You state it respectfully with assertiveness. Oh, I understand that you say that, but I don't quite agree with this is because of blah 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 blah. Not like, how dare you say so. Mm-mm. You just step. You are not, nobody's a tout here. You just be very confident, look the person in the eye and be like, oh, while I understand this, I don't quite agree with that, blah blah blah. State your reasons. um, then your needs, especially like in relationship. For example, you are dating somebody, and let's take an example of the people that say, I'm always busy, I'm busy, I don't have time. No, you state your need with assertiveness when you're talking with the person. I really appreciate that you're busy. I don't take it for I don't take it for granted at all. But however, my needs in a relationship is that at least I speak to my partner every day. That makes me feel loved and connected, and it's a is a non-negotiable for me. What are you talking about? Me, I'm just telling you what my needs are. Understand that you are working. I understand. I don't take it for granted at all. But however, the way I strive in a relationship is that I want my needs met. If you're like, oh, you don't always call. That's how you used to do. You don't always call. Well, how dare you not call me? Your work is better. Is you are behaving like your work is better than me. You will get different reactions in this place. But if there's somebody I'm playing with, I'm dating, we're always playing, and so like when we connect, I'm like, there's something I've been meaning to tell you. Um, I noticed after bringing your attention to the fact that we hardly talk, it still continues. Then it gives the, oh, it's because I'm at work, I'm busy. Like, I really appreciate that you're busy. I know I can imagine how it must be for you, you know. But one thing that makes me feel love in a relationship is when I feel prioritized. And that entails me speaking to my partner every day. It matters to me. That's the only way I feel love. You know, the stating of feelings is with assertiveness. Again, you see these dynamics when let me use family for this example. Now, families is that place we need to love that like to overstep their boundary and hurt you so much sometimes. Maybe let's say it's your mom, for example, now, because you can be scared, or your dad or something. But you can be assertive and state your feelings. Oh, um, I feel I feel really, really, I feel really unloved when blah 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 happens. Don't you know? I feel very sad when blah 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 happens. You start with your feelings like that. Not if you attack them directly, it doesn't end well. And you have to be confident. Don't be timid. Be confident. Always remember to be confident. So the second aspect to assertiveness is boundary setting, setting boundaries. So what are boundaries? Boundary setting is an essential life skill that helps with healthy relationships by prioritizing self-care. As a result, you protect your emotional and mental well-being. Types of boundary setting: we have physical boundary setting, emotional boundary setting, mental boundary setting, digital boundary setting, financial boundary setting, and time boundary setting. Um, so basically, boundary setting is protecting yourself from anything that can affect, from especially people, anything, anybody that can affect your emotional and mental well-being. Usually, this boundary setting follows after you have stated your feelings, your opinions, your needs and your feelings, and the person is not listening. They still continue. Then you enter boundary setting. You set boundary with that person to shield yourself. Think of it like sort of a protection against that thing they are doing. So we have physical boundaries. For example, personal space, touch, and intimate relationship. Physical boundaries is always physical. Imagine, for example, there are some girls that maybe if a guy is their friends, the people just hug, hey, hug, put hand on the shoulder, put hand on their waist, and they are cool with it. Somebody like me, do not try that. That's it. I'll tell you off immediately. No, you know, that's I will dodge you, and you'll be ashamed in public. You don't do that. You don't do that. That's my preference. Um, Physical distance is another thing. If you have a toxic um dynamics with somebody, set distance. If you need to move out of house, travel to another city and live from there, set a distance, whatever that distance is. um Maybe move to another room. Don't use it as a defense mechanism. Boundary setting comes in after you have stated your needs over and over again and the person is not answering. It can even be short term. If somebody, you give the person space for few hours, for example in marriage, just give people space for few hours. Okay. Okay. So don't touch me. This is very, very distant. You can tell in intimate relationships actually. Just give space. If you need to create that space. But again, remember, it's not, well, by the time you start frowning your face, keeping malice, banging door, not talking to them, that's passive aggressiveness, that's manipulation, that's wrong, that's not assertiveness at all. For example, now let's say I'm really, 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 really angry with my, no, I cannot be very angry with my husband, God forbid. But let's say somebody is angry with her husband because he has been violating her needs or denying her needs, and she just wants to create that physical space. She would still honor him and greet him. She will cook his meal, say the food is ready. If he answers her, she replies. She still does everything, answer him with love and kindness. But she could give that physical distance in a case just for him to say, oh, what's the problem, and he understand that it's very important to her. The attitude is everything again. That's the difference between assertive passive aggressiveness as a manipulation, and assertiveness and boundary setting. The next is emotional boundaries, protecting your feelings, your emotional energy, and overall mental health. Yes, there's such a thing as emotional energy. People feed off your energy and you become very drained. Okay, this one is the one we all know. You should always protect emotional boundary protection with people. People will call you. Someone can call you, and be complaining about things, and you'll be the shoulder they can cry on. But they'll never do that thing you ask them to do. And they'll always call you 260 times every time to complain because you always listen. That's wrong dynamics. People have just pick you as their emotional toilet that they call to narrate of all the bad things going on in their life. When good is happening, they will never call you to rejoice with them, to uplift you. If they find out or learn something good from the books, they'll not be like, I learned this and I thought about you. It's only when something bad has happened, they just need you to dump all those this thing. You are the next person they should call. And when they are done, you'll be feeling drained, you'll be feeling depressed. It's like you need to set boundaries immediately. If they used to call you on the phone, don't pick. If it's to divert their call somewhere else, but don't pick. It's best not to pick, because me, I'm all about with my chest not picking your call. Yes, get angry enough not to call me. Yeah, that's it. I'm all about that, but people used to block. I feel that's so cowardly. I'm not picking your call. And finally, I will now call when I want to call, maybe 2 days later, and I'll be like, I missed your call, right? I missed your call. And sometimes I honestly used to miss some people's call, but I missed your call. What's up? And they tell me what is up, and if they are still doing that thing, I'll be like, let me call you back in the next 5 minutes. End the call. I don't call back. By the time that same cycle repeats itself like 7 times, they'll look for somebody else. That is assertiveness. But this type of assertiveness, you see the meaning, is passive assertiveness, which is my favorite style in handling people. If you live in the dynamics of Africa, where situations can be complex and very toxic, passive assertiveness is always the way forward. It's always the way forward. Some people, when they call you, they are coming to your house, just say you are not around. Don't always be around emotionally. Don't be available emotionally. It drains your mental health. So you have to create that emotional boundary. You have to create it. All those people that will call you, they will ghost you. Talking stage will not reply you. Even friends do it sometimes. When they are ready to talk to you, what's up? So you keep them company and get your energy. You are available. But when you want to talk, they are not available. They don't respond to your message till when they feel like, because they are busy. But you used to drop everything and it's making you feel bad or sad and a type of way. Create boundaries. Straight up. Stop responding fast too. Stop responding fast to create that boundary immediately. Sometimes sef, when I say don't stop responding fast, sef, it's not game you are playing, it's stop responding to the person at all. Stop responding to the person at all. When there's a dynamics where you are being taken for granted, like the one I spoke about, it can really affect your emotional well-being. Just remove yourself. Don't play with the play in that dynamics and say, okay, I can do it too. I'll not answer him too. I'll stay long. I'll not answer them. Remove yourself. Let people feel the consequences of trying your boundaries. Of just let it. Make sure it's never ever the same. Do if somebody, one thing that is unforgivable, because anytime I'm trying to talk about this narrative, my elder brother used to make me laugh. He says, I like to throw people away. You don't do things like that where you throw people away. You don't know tomorrow. People are not perfect. I understand people are not perfect, but you see, one thing that to me is unforgivable: the dynamics of being taken for granted. That is not your person. You are being used emotionally. Taken for granted is being used emotionally.
Oh, no, no, I can't. Goodbye.
But when will I see you again?
Oh, never, never.
Never?
That is that. No matter how hard you try, that is not just your person. That is not your friend. That is not your relationship person. So save yourself the heartache, the wasted time and regrets, and just keep it moving. People prioritize those that matter to them. When they wake up in the morning, is that person they are thinking about. When they want to sleep in the night, is that person they are thinking about. Right? And if this is breaking somebody's heart because, okay, there's this guy, there's this dude you are talking to, listen to me. Like I always say, whatever you like in that person, there are people that have 10,000 times 10,000. When the more you drop somebody, you've opened space for somebody better to walk in. So be very quick to drop people, especially the ones that don't know your value. It's what it is. You place value on yourself. You are not supposed to be in places that does not serve you. Let people face the consequences of moving a type of way with you, of being not taking, knowing your value. Let people face the consequences and keep it moving. That's what it is. That's not your person. It's only the ones that are crazy for you, you'll be crazy for. And don't be quick to fly. Allow people to prove how much they value you before you step on the ocean to sink. If they carry one step, you carry one step. You can also carry one step for see, did they carry their step? If they carry their step, you too carry a step. That kind of thing. Don't fly quickly to want to help people. I've been this person so much. This person so much. I'm like, this person is nice because I'm a very kind person and I want to just go out and feel everybody have your heart. They would always take you for granted. Don't be quick to give all of yourself to people because you're a nice person. I understand you like doing nice things, but sadly the world we are in, even if the person is born again, sometimes we take what we get very easily, we take it for granted. So allow people to be worthy. Let them prove themselves. Let them take one step before you can take another. They take that kind of thing. Chill. Carry yourself like the princess and the prince you are, whoever is watching it. You have mental boundaries. Limiting thoughts, opinions, and mental space. Mental boundaries is still the same thing. Some people just come to take and take and take and screw your brain, bring ideas, make you, they'll use your reasoning. I'm like, this person is very good with reasoning business things or this, and they'll just call you. You will not even know. They are so sneaky about it. You see that you have spoken, so over explained, and you know, and you're drained and all of that, set boundary. Is the same way with this emotional one. When you notice that dimension, set boundaries with them, or test them a little, try to get the same knowledge they seek later on from them, and see the way they react. Usually they will not come true for you. Then you've gotten the answer that you need, my dear. You've gotten the answer that you need. um um then some people can also come and push their limiting beliefs on you, wrong mindset, which is from a manipulating tactics called projecting. You know, they'll project. If they've done something that's failed before, they'll come and tell you is the narrative for everybody to project. You see women that have been wounded so bad in relationship, they've seen the version of the wickedness of men that suffer through emotional wound of rejection. They've dated like 35 men and they've seen in that all the 35 they are bad. They will just come slam hammer, bam. All men are this, all men are blah. If you sit down under people with limiting mindset and realities, you will start to think like them. And before you know, you will live the same life with them. Listen, know the people you listen to online, the people you listen to speak. You know, be very sure, because before you know, that is going to be your life. You stay with somebody, that's why they say, who are your friends? So I'll tell you who you are. You immediately notice a dimension. Oh, this family member, this friend is always very pessimistic and negative. Avoid the person with sense. When they start to talk, change the topic with sense. That's a kind of boundary. That's a passive assertive boundary. Very sneaky. You understand the type of the meaning of passive assertiveness. Be sneaky about it. Change the topic immediately. Move away from that person. Before you know, you start to think like that. Escape away from that person. That is the wisest thing to do. Because before you know, you start to reason like that. They say never think that you can change a toxic environment or a person. You flee, you run away. Don't even attempt, don't try it. It's not possible. There was an analogy my brother gave me some years ago, and he was like, if you carry a big bowl of very clean water, it's so clean, and you dip your hand in the toilet and drop one drop of the toilet water in the big bowl of clean water, will you drink it? So no. You can, if you like, be a bigness of good. Say, be not deceived. The Bible says bad company corrupts good manners. You have to do distance first. You have to handle people at a distance. Bad have every right to corrupt good. You have to be very, very careful. It's very easy to be bad. It spreads so quickly. Why did the people watch videos and pay money to learn positive mindset? Build mindset is so hard to build productive mindset, all these things. That is to tell you that the bad mindset, the limiting mindset are very, very easy to do. Very, very easy. So you just need to stay with that toxic person. You'll be very surprised where you find yourself. So people's opinions is another one. I always say something that every opinion is right, because whatever you believe is true. What somebody believes, they start to attract it in their life. If somebody believes that to make money is very hard, and it's not possible to make money easily except you bring down your integrity, that's how life is. It's like manifestation. So will it be the person's reality? But are there people that are making money and they are using integrity that exists? Definitely. Well, yes. But that's that person's own narrative. Opinions are right. What gives them power is the belief and the emotions the person who believes them fuel them with. And if you sit down and pick every opinion, very soon that will be your reality. And the worst type of opinion are the ones people are coming to tell you about you. You don't even know whether this is a jealous person, that underneath all those lies, there's a form of jealousy and inadequacy they see in themselves that you remind them of. You don't just know people's intention. So opinions is none of your business. Let people pick their opinion and shove it inside their, okay? Opinions is the cheapest commodity. People have their opinion. People have their opinion. Like my business name, I used to get a lot of criticism that it's Yemi Abiodun Cosmetics. Like, that name is too cumbersome, it's so Yoruba-ish. How will somebody use that name? But meanwhile, we have only Henrik Skin, which is a Russian-based brand, I think, that use his name, but to sound nice, because it's an international brand and all of that. And I know, if imagine if I get $2 billion and I so fund the Yemi Abiodun Cosmetics that dignitaries, people are using it, the name will start to sound sweet to people. Opinions are the cheapest commodity, and it comes from people's own inadequacy they are trying to project on you, people's ignorance, people's inadequacy. Opinions, don't take it to heart at all. Another reason why opinions are very stupid is that God made each of us very unique in our gifting. For example, in the office, you may see that guy that everybody say, oh, more, all the best. Every time you go, they do the good ones. Mr. Honest, Mr. Honest. Ah, the guy too do, I beg, Mr. Every time. If you want to do like this, you say no, it's like this, Mr. Straightforward. They will persecute that guy. They will call him names. You will feel like you have problem. But tomorrow, if one of them becomes so big and they need to do something that requires big amount of money and they need a honest person, guess who they'll go and pick? It is not you that is joining them to gossip that he was dishonest. They'll go and pick him because of that honesty. That's human beings for you. I'm sorry to throw my mom into this thing, but there was a time my mom hated extravagant jewelries, hair and all of that, long hairs. Oh, no, 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 no. She doesn't like it. But on attending the church she attends, she grew into it when she began to see like girls. I know that it's a girls thing. Now she will be the one to say, ah, no, don't do short one. Make the hair very long. Ah, I like the dress for me. It's so fine and all of that. You see, because again, another thing, people grow. Why I brought my mom as an example into it. People grow. Their opinions tomorrow is not always their opinion in 3 years' time because of experiences. We are ever growing. Opinions are the cheapest commodity. If you listen to it and it makes you go at home and you're not sleeping well at night because of mental health issues and emotions, you have missed it. Take people's opinion as pinch of salt. They are not the end up be your person too. Just the way I always say, and you are not. We are all learning. The way their beliefs today will be another change in 2 years time, 3 years time, in fact 6 months time. If you have not met somebody that they've grown or learned from something they were before, then that is not a person to be with. Okay. So the next one, the fourth one, is digital boundaries, and this is managing online presence and social media and technology. Yeah, you think it's only when you have friends that are close to you that they are negative, that's where your life can be influenced. People are following pages on TikTok. I've seen so many ladies are rising up on TikTok that have made pages to say men are bad and all men are evil. Because and these women are divorcees that their married husband have dealt with, and young girls that are married are under the comment section taking notes and writing. You see the way they've changed the trajectory of their life if God does not take control. You are online, you know, there are certain people you are following, and to you, oh, I'm following this influencer, wow, she uploaded a vlog today, and by the time you are done watching vlog or seeing her, the next thing she's showing you she has achieved, you are drawing, you are feeling like there's nothing going well in your life. You start comparing yourself. Maybe you should unfollow. Go through your page and unfollow. Start to follow what builds you up. Or look deep at the content you are consuming online. It shapes your life very well. Your subconscious is receiving it without you knowing. It shapes your life very, very well. Know when to scroll past when you see a nonsense. Know when to pause and listen. Know what to start unfollowing. And know how you want to come online and create boundary for yourself. Because people on the internet, most are mad. Financial boundaries, controlling financial decisions, spending and debt. This can be between couples or anybody that they are sharing finances together. Times, not just couple. In the African household, again, problem with the African household. There's how they help to tell you how to spend your money. And of course, they sent you to school. Of course, you should help the way you can. But when the dynamics is getting to the point that you're awake at night, you cannot pay your house rent and it's really toxic, know when to draw that boundary. Mama or ma, this is what I can do. This is how the strength carry me. Anytime you cannot do, unapologetically say you cannot do with assertiveness. I cannot do it. Mm? I cannot do it. When you can do, do. And when you cannot do, don't do. That's just what it is. When you cannot do, don't do. When you can do, do it. Don't. God, like we learned the other place, God wants you to love as yourself, no more than yourself. Okay? When be happy to say no when you cannot do it. Stop. See, I have a business. Everybody has seen I have a business, but I do not spend. If I'm spending all the money for my business, it will not be in. Will not be. Will be 4 year old in a couple of weeks. I give God all the glory. But if I was spending like that and everything, will we be here? There is research that a huge, if not 70% of businesses pack up in the first year of opening. So it's God that you have to be intentional with things. I pay myself, and it's from the pain of self that I do every other thing I give anybody. And you'll be like, this she has all this business. How come is this amount of money she's doing? How come is this month? That's your business. So because that's the amount I paid myself this month due to the sales we're being able to make. I don't care about your opinion. It's what it is. Oh, you're being stingy. God will judge you. Yes, let God be the one to judge you. Like, you should be, what are you scared of? Or people's opinion, very cheap. I'm telling you, very cheap. You are being scared, nobody did not pay your rent, they are not, nobody's feeding you and everything, and you are not lying. Yeah. Whoo. Time boundaries. But I like this one. Everybody just feel they can use your time for you. Everybody feel they can use your time for you. I will not be available. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's nice, but I won't be available. Oh, this time I usually spend it on myself, self care on Saturday. I shall not be available. I shall be doing my pedicure. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. When you time is energy, and your time is your attention. Time is money. Be very stingy with your time. Extremely stingy. One thing is you should have a structured life. The way I am now, by 7 p.m. I'm sleeping because I wake my day start very early at 2 a.m. Do you think what can somebody do that will keep me up? Maybe family. Yes. Yeah. That can keep me up past 7 p.m. and I'm talking to the person. That person is special. I'm sleeping, my dear. My phone is on silence. You can't get me. I have things I do. By 10 a.m. don't speak to me. I'm in my Udemy classes. I'm learning something. I'm learning a skill. I'm busy. Okay? I have free time. When someone come as a relationship into your life, they know that there's what you are using your time to be busy. No, they call you anytime, you are always available. There's nothing like, oh, I use this time for this, we can make it 5. Oh, are you available? Yes, I'm available. Anytime at all, I'm available. Just tell me. I'm always in the house. I'm available. You are always available. How are they supposed to take you seriously with respect? How? Mm. So next, we enter into setting and maintaining boundaries. Setting and maintaining boundaries. Identify your personal needs and boundaries. If you don't know what it is you need in that relationship dynamics or with that family member, with your spouse, your husband, or boyfriend, or fiancé, or best friend, or co-workers, or boss. If you don't know what that need is, how do you set boundaries? You have to know your needs. Oh, my mom is always asking for money and I'm always giving her. It's affecting me. The last time I had to borrow for my rent, it's making me sad. The money is not even enough for me. Why won't she understand? Those are your needs. Your needs is that they are asking money too much from you. I took that as an example. Communicate clearly and directly and respectfully. Mommy, I want to speak to you. Mommy, the money I used to send you is this, it's so hard for me. It's not enough. I really cannot keep up with this. If she's a good mommy, she would be like, oh, okay, no problem, blah, blah, blah. She's not good mommy. She will start to justify why all the best. Her needs are better than all that you feel on it. At that point, you will know it is time to set boundaries. And that boundary for somebody like me, when it's time to send her money, is that money that I can afford to send, she will see. Then she will go all the like calling, name calling, passive aggression, malice. I usually notice when you don't give a damn. I don't fight with you. Not give a damn in a disrespectful way. I don't give a damn. Saturday, when I want to call you to check if you're how are you, I will call. If you did not pick, you did not pick. But it is recorded in heaven that I called because I honored and respected you. If I see you, you are not answering my greeting, you are doing your face one kind and this thing, I shall greeted you. It is recorded in heaven. When I want to do anything, I do it with respect. Next month, that same amount of money that is convenient, that is what you will see. You have to kill your emotions when you want to be assertive. People will try to see how far they can go with many type of manipulation and everything. You have to be, if this is what they call wickedness, then answer them. You have to be wicked. But it's not wickedness, trust me. It's just all forms of making you feel bad. Making you feel bad. Honestly. Stop over stretching yourself. It's good to do good, provide, do what is needed. But when it's killing you, no, you need to set boundaries and be very happy for whatever name that you're going to be called. It's part of it. Communicate clearly and respectfully, like I said. Establish a consequence. This is it. Establish a consequence when boundary violation. Establish a consequence if that person crossed that boundary. Which example that you do people want me to use? If you have cases that is manipulative you are going through and you want me to talk about it on how you can use boundaries to navigate it, send me an email. I'm going to put an email on the screen. You don't need to put your name or anything, put anonymous. I will make a video. And even if you are bold, you are not shy, you guys can leave it as a comment and you want me to make a video because I love this I love manipulative dynamics. God has given me this from when I've been a small child. I lived with a stepmother. I lived in many toxic dynamics. So I am a very big pool of knowledge on how to handle manipulative dynamics in such a way I don't sabotage the relationship. I don't. At a point it may look like woohoo, it's too turbulent, explosion wants to happen, but I notice we always become closer by the time they've given up and be like, this is how she is. They always give up at the end. They're just checking how far they can go with you. That's what it is. Your emotions is playing with you. I helped my friends too, many people, to create boundaries like with long knife. People are just trying you. Usually those relationships are scared of, those still come back. Everybody move on at the end and come back. It's what it is. You're just putting it in your head. And I can tell you how to go about it because my goal is, I don't believe in destroying relationship. I'll never stand for it. Except that person has proven to be the weapon fashioned against you. But let them even be the one to destroy it. My own is to stand your ground in that assertiveness. This is what I want. You always get what you want if you stand through. Anyways, establish a consequence. Let me look for an example. Like, see the example I gave of a narrative which we always see, where a guy never has time for the girl he claims to be dating, and he's always busy and always busy. Honestly, you should be always ready to walk out on people. It's what it is. I will just give 2 times, highest 3 times, to talk about something. Oh, this is the need that I want, sir. I cannot be dating somebody that speaks to me every 2 days or when he wants. Okay, since you're always busy in the daytime, what time do you come? You showered. Every 8 p.m. we know that we are talking to each other. Even if it's for 1 hour, then you can go and be busy throughout the day. But 7 p.m. is for me. 7 p.m. to 8. And he says he cannot make that compromise. Okay, what compromise can you make, sir? And he's not saying anything as a compromise. And my love language, how can I be dating you when we don't talk? Okay, nice. I shall remove myself. By the third time, I will remove myself. I just move on. And when we say consequences, it's not the consequence that you come back and say, oh, it seems remorseful, let them come back. When God wants to punish somebody, if you like, be remorseful. Do you think people that will be burning in hell, for example, they'll be like, we sinned, oh Lord, we have sinned, now say remove them. And even when you mess with God, when he says you should not do something, after he has forgiven you, you will bear the you will bear that consequence. You will bear it. You will feel, yeah, you will bear it too, so that you will learn. Don't be quick. This low self-esteem, you remove it. When you when you are setting a boundary in your head, put consequence. There was somebody that I used to help financially, I really used to help her. I did a lot financially. So at a point, I was like, make these choices like this, like this, like this, so that it will be better for you. And she wasn't doing it. And me, I like to give people long group. I know it may seem like I'm just so harsh and like, but I love to give people long group. I love to believe in the good of people. And I kept shouting time after time. I'll do long calls. I'll be like, see, there's a part of me I don't like to always show people. If you make me just switch off, don't think you can get me back. And she thought it's a joke. She'll be like justifying, and she wasn't doing everything. I kid you not, there's something about me when I'm done. If I get to any point I'm done with somebody or done with something, ah, something just goes off. And that's just it. I don't know. That's just how I am. And that's how I went off. It's been 1 year and I don't give a damn. She went through people that I love, went through so many people to reach out to me, you know, and it did not change anything. To you now, you say it's unforgiveness. It's not. Because now I even called her. It's not unforgiveness. I wish you well. You can call me anytime. Time, but to say I send my money to you is just not going to happen. And to people don't understand this because no matter what you say, they will say it's unforgiveness. They would say, and that's the issue because assertiveness is something that is lacking in the world. It's just people need to get consequences. If you see all this self-control thing, emotional characteristic I'm talking about, you can see it in the characters of God. We are like God. God wants you to behave like Him. He's compassionate, He's loving. But if you cross past His principles and His laws, there are consequences. It's the same way. If people don't have consequences, consequences is not the wickedness. It's usually you withdrawing your energy and withdrawing back. Like there was somebody that buys something for me in bulk, a wholesaler, right? And because I got a special liking to her because I love to laugh and she usually make me laugh very much. So I did so many exceptions for her. So many exceptions I do not do for clients. I think along the way, again, me that loves to be nice and fly, she felt entitled or something. I don't know, maybe that like again, that's what I told you. I've noticed with human beings, even though they are nice people, they can really feel entitled and relaxed when you don't allow them to be worthy of something before you give. That's just the way it is. So I really needed her help, as little as reviewing something here or there or something, just her help. And I noticed I kept getting no. Most of the time, the no she would call, they were justifiable to me. It was making sense to a point. I was like, wait, the no was so much as and it was dynamic. I was like, something is going on here. Nah, 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 nah. So I sent her a voice note and I'm like, see, not like I'm being offended, but I really and I know no matter, even though it was hard for me to say to her, I know she no, there's nothing on earth. Even right now, you go to tell her that there's not a hidden agenda of me being angry and bitter as to why I sent her this message. She would never believe. And that's again because people don't understand assertiveness. And if you are talking about this thing, they'll say, oh, she has come big, big English and all of that. But that is for my mental health. That's for your mental health too. Their opinions is none of your their opinion again is none of your business. Now I'm like, what's up? There are certain intensive I was already doing for this customer because I'll have to, because we are on in a business deal. And I'm like, I notice anytime I ask you for this, it has been reoccurring now and I keep getting no, which is cool. And I just feel it's not okay for me to keep giving. It's not looking like it's a mutually beneficial distance. So I would really like our relationship to go back as client basis. Do you get it? I want us to be talking back as clients. Whatever intensive, I have removed it. That's what I'm saying. Consequences. And it's okay. Because I can't be going way and beyond and taking something that cost me. At that point now I'll start to resent you and feel, oh, I'm doing this for this person. I don't know how to tell the person now that I cannot do it again. They will think I'm being petty. They'll think I'm being petty. And they'll think I'm being petty. Anyway, let me do it. It is stingy person. I'll not be having ill blood towards her. No, that's not how I move. I say, if you are emotionally mature, you cannot beat me. I tell you to your face. I don't feel I'll be happy enough to give you my kindness when it is not. You don't even think I deserve small kindness when I need your help. It's what it is. I can pretend. I'm not pretending, and I'm not evil. What is evil is when I have to pretend like I like that dynamics. That's the one God does not like. But I'm telling you to your face, I ain't doing that. I want us to be back on client basis. So I set that boundary with her. She said all sort of things. Oh, is it not just how many things you have asked me for? Of course, they will gaslight. Nobody likes being called. It will make them feel bad. Say so many things. Told me how, like I said, only God knows what's the reason in my mind that is making me to do that. I just laughed because I was not expecting her to clap hands and dance for me because I'm setting boundaries. People don't like when you set boundaries. It doesn't sound sweet. Even if you set boundary with me, there's a part of me that feel hot, but I would emotional regulate. Nobody likes it. You don't expect people to like it. Setting boundaries and asserting it makes you happy. It gives you a good mental health. So you have to be seriously strict with it. It's not about the other person. It's about you in the end. So you need to set that consequences. For the guy, I check out of that relationship and I gave a mother dynamics now that okay, I'm telling you this thing is not good for me. And you're talking another thing. End of the month is that money that I want. That's what you will see in the account. And when you move very much and you're trying to try me, I'm just going to give you distance because distance can look like that. I'm greeting you, giving you the respect and the honor you need, but I am going to give you your space. Okay. I'm going to give you distance that much. Maintain emotional and mental well-being. Yeah, because whenever you set boundaries, I told you nobody like when you set boundaries with them. Prepare your mind for the backlash or whatever will come with it, the manipulation that we follow. Trust me, usually they will now get the gist that this person does not like this thing. The relationship always gets stronger. So deal with, don't feel guilty conscience. Sit in your glory of wickedness. Just be it. Be very authentic with yourself. Glory in your happiness. Like that lady now that I spoke about, all my money that I used to remove from my pocket to help and this thing is I'll use it to buy pizza and do something for myself and I'll be very happy. I will be very happy. You get all the stress that my front hair will be falling to want to make sure her this is gone. You know, I glory in that. It makes me very happy. Okay, makes me so happy. So focus on that and stop being guilty. There's no guilt there. Get used, harden your not harden your heart. Allow your heart to do muscle to be used to the being called a wicked person. Collect it very well. If they no need to sit down and say, no, I'm not being wicked. It's called assertiveness. Own it with pride. If they say it's wickedness, it's wickedness, it is. Keep it moving. You know the good thing, they will not try you like that again. Because they will all take it to the coven that this person is wicked. They'll tell each other the person is wicked. It's okay. Let people say, oh, you're too strict. Just you're a lady, you should let it down. But they will know in the back of their mind not to curse you. They will not try you. They will not try you. Trust me. And that's all that matters. The right people, emotionally matured people know how to respect people's boundaries. And again, don't be a boundary setter. Learn to respect people's boundaries too. It's also part of assertiveness. When you see someone is setting boundaries, oh, I don't like when you do that. Don't be offended. It's normal. They know why they say they don't want that. It's what it is. There are some things and someone's boundary is supposed not to make sense to you. It's not supposed to make sense to you. If somebody say they don't like something and they don't like to move this way, that's their boundary. Leave it. Like there's a case you say, oh, you are not friendly, you should shine it with people. You are friendly, that's your person. God created this other person the way they are. You are not the end of your person. I told you again, there are extrovert, there are introvert. God created them alike for reasons best known to him. If you see all the people he used, Moses, Elijah, Samuel, when you see all the people God used, they had different character traits and God created them like that. And he used Samson, he used all their character traits how he wants. So who told you are the human being to say how human beings should behave? You are a friendly person, let it be. Someone else is not friendly, don't talk that you're friendly. So you should be friendly. That is your mantra. Don't force them into it. If they say I don't do this, oh, I don't go out, I don't like to club and this, hey, you're just boring and this, and that is your mantra. You are supposed to be whatever you want to be. You are not the navigation system to how people should live and how they should be like and everything. You are not. You are just not. Respect people's boundaries. I'm not saying I can be rigid. Of course, someone like me, not to Sometimes if people will give you the permission that, oh, okay, I could let down my guard for you. Let's do this. Let's go here. Let's blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me make this compromise. But if you see somebody very rigid on boundaries, there it may go deeper than what you think. Sometimes if there's some narrative, instead of even pushing it through, maybe if you try to understand the person's perspective and why they are unresolved, it's more better. You could get to the reason why they are doing that instead of jumping into conclusion and giving them name and labels. So boundary setting is as you are expecting people to respect your boundary. Also know when someone is setting boundaries with you. Don't be offended. Don't pick it as offense. Okay? Just respect people's boundaries. And sometimes they may not talk about it because they are not sure how to navigate this thing. Don't be offended when people set boundaries. It's not about you, it's just what they're protecting their mental health there. And it doesn't have to make sense to you. You get, it's personal, it doesn't have to make sense to you. And if you are curious, if you go about it stylishly, you could get to know, and maybe they would lower their guard for you. Okay. Aha. Enforce boundaries consistently and respect other people's own as well. I just spoke about it. But enforcing boundaries respectfully, one thing you always get from people's character, one, they try to manipulate, create whatever when you want to set down boundaries because it's not sweet. Expect it. The second one is they will try to try that boundaries. There are these other people that will be pushing it to see how far they can go. As much as they push, match your legs very strong on the ground, the more. They push further, you step your leg on the ground. I've done 1 hour, I need to talk fast. Learn to say no. In fact, assertiveness sometimes is no without a full sentence. Let Be used to it. Let it be nice. Okay. Oh, bring that money you're always bringing as a dynamics and this thing. No, I cannot bring them all. This is the amount I have. There are ways you can say this. You don't need to explain yourself. You move in. Let people have the consequences for trying you. See, you had that version of me. You thought I was a fool. No, I'm not a fool. I'm not. No, I'm not a fool. Honey, trust me, I'm not a fool. That version you have, you are not gonna see it anymore. But we are not enemies. I'm still talking to you. We're friends. But you cost me very well where I feel unappreciated. Where people don't appreciate you, remove that energy. I'm all for it. And if it's somebody relationship dynamics, like I said, the highest I give people 3 chances. And I've sat down. I'm not doing, it's not like you don't know. I sit you down. I told you why I don't like this thing, the consequences of the action and how it's making me to feel. You still did it. You apologize. You say you will not do it again. Second time, I still make you speak. I spoke a whole sermon. Look for ways we should compromise on it. You agree, you did it again. The third time, I'm out of that place. And trust me, there's no amount of begging and up and down and this. I think at this age, one thing they say, I wanted to do things I'm too old for. My own is I'm too old for giving people multiple chances. I'm too old. There are how many people in the world for friendships or whatever? I don't take. They say you don't take rubbish. You're too strict because I respect myself. How about that? It's called self-respect. Do you have it? Maintain regularly, check and review boundaries. Yeah, because some boundaries sometimes the aim of boundaries is just to tell for this person to realize that i don't want I don't like being treated this way. So you need to check. At a point the person must have gotten the message. Then you can lift the boundary up. Remember that you are first assertive by saying this is what I want. It is because the person did not hear what you entered into boundary. And in the boundary, the person some will not still want to hear, they want to try you. You now enter into consequences. If you've stayed so long in the consequences, you can use that to be checking. If you see the person have gotten the message, you can lift them one after the other. I don't know if I should give an example. I'm trying to look for examples, but they are so personal. Okay, there's a narrative of someone that expected and felt entitled that I supposed to be calling her because I started calling her every week normally to just check up on and all of that. And I saw at a point there was this entitlement of me calling every week because that particular time I was genuinely not even in a good place rather than, oh, I've not heard from you. Hope all is well. The person was offended. And straight up, me, if you want to try me, I dislike entitlement. I I don't like that thing so much because I'm somebody that is so giving. I can so kind, almost to a foolish fault, if possible, but I'm learning. And one thing with people like that, they get taken for granted very easily. So I do not joke. You may do something, you will not know that I'm reacting from, I don't want to call it that trauma or whatever, but once I smell not being taken for granted, that's it. I'm like, oh, you mad that I didn't call for how many weeks? I didn't say anything. Now this is we'll still learn about passive assertiveness. In my head already, I'm like, I know what to do to you. And I did not call. After saying, oh, sorry about that, did all the ranting, tried to bully and do all the sound I did like I was scared and oh wow, I'm so sorry. Next week I did not call. For 7 weeks, I did not call. When I saw the person they were giving malice and this thing, I greet you. I do not see. I don't look at the face. I do not. You are keeping malice with me. I did not. I didn't notice. I did not notice. If I want to talk to you, I talk to you. If you do not answer me, I shift from you. That's it. By the time they'll just be tired, nothing to do, they will bring their eyes down and respond to it. So, as usual, at a point, I've set that boundary. But and the person will try to do war with me. See, it's not I'm not fighting war with you. It's just what I want, I do not want. If I see you, I greet you. When I see something you like, I buy it, I come and give you. I do what I do with you normally. So they'll get the message that oh, this person is not it's not bad to this person want to. They don't just like being treated like this. Usually the person in question got the message, and if I like 3 weeks I did not call, and anytime I call, the person is always happy that I called her. You know, she's always very happy that I called. So now she is happy and I'm happy, and she got the message. That's a good example for you. So I lifted it up and I call now, but I don't make sure it's every week like the way I used to call to stop that behavior. And again, it's not 7 weeks. I don't wait that long before I call. You get it? That's just one example. Overcoming boundary challenges, fear of rejection. Most people are scared to assert boundaries because of the fear of rejection and abandonment. Fear of the fear of looking bad in relationship or being rejected in a relationship. Take up your cross and follow me. That's what Jesus Christ said. He said, don't think I came to bring peace on earth. I have not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to set a man against his father and a daughter against her mother. Now you'll be like, it's Jesus that said that is himself. Ah, where's the Bible verse? I'm going to put it on the screen when I find it again. Go check your Bible. He said it. What does he mean by that? It's normal to disagree with people. If I'm telling you that this assertiveness is a emotional maturity, spiritual maturity trait, that definitely anybody that does not like you being assertive, yeah, that means the person not like you. It's selfish dynamics is already ongoing, and you have to do something about that and draw the narrative straight up immediately. Are scared of being rejected. Like it's very okay for that's not your person. If it's a relationship, let the person go. Like I told you, there is always you like the way the person smile. He always gets you. She always gets you. Anybody that rejects you because you are stating what you need, your needs, the person does not love you. Why would you want to stay in a place that did not love you? And if it's somebody you cannot do away with, more like family, close, or something like that, like I told you, everybody will always end up being fine. They just move on that this is what you need. That's how she is. That's how he is. They all move on at the end. So that initial distance is not rejection, it's just them fighting. Nobody likes being restricted. Nobody will like it. Even when you become a mommy and you tell that your 2 year old, don't talk to me like that, don't jump on that, they'll still jump on the couch, and now you set assertiveness and spank their bum bum or boundary this thing. They will vex, they will shout, they will not want to talk to you. But by the time you spank it how many times, she'll try you. Even toddlers do, they'll try you again. You spank it again. They'll now realize last they always used to give up. If the person is not for you, they get out of the kitchen. If the person is for you, they stay. Everybody's happy. And I notice usually, especially in family, when it happens. It strengthens relationship. It strengthens relationship. I'm not married yet, but I guess it's the dynamic for marriage. So long as you are asserting boundaries very respectfully, but God forbid, don't worry. I pray for you. Your husband, your wife will prioritize your needs. They will understand. You will not have to get to the place of boundary setting and consequences when it's not your enemy. That's God will not give that to you. Say amen. Fear of conflict. People, another thing, people are scared to assert boundaries. They don't want to fight. If you assert the boundary respectfully, again, nobody is going to fight you. But if somebody is going to fight you, it's a damn problem. You remove yourself from it. And if you've watched other videos up until this point, you already know how to handle such a dynamic where somebody is being hostile and being fighty. I think we spoke about it in the last video. You know how to handle such dynamics. So that's their business. Another reason why people are overcoming boundaries is low self-esteem, difficulty asserting needs and boundaries, low self-esteem, people pleasing, from trauma or limiting belief or manipulation. They don't even understand they are being manipulative, but their mindset is set on people pleasing. They don't even realize they need to overcome the mindset of people pleasing. Who are you pleasing, for God's sake? People pleasing. They need to reframe negative thoughts. Wonder, ask yourself, tell yourself the truth. You people please. Why are you people pleasing? Ask yourself. Is it that your parents are toxic and you've been brought up in a way that you put other people's needs from your own? Or is it a consequence where you have low image? You don't have self-respect. There's no autumn of respect towards yourself. Could it be that? There are many reasons. Check deep and try to work on that trauma and see how your brain rephrases assertiveness with people, because it's always from trauma and past experiences, low self-esteem from comparison and all of that can just show you don't have respect for yourself. Then the last one is cultural and societal expectations, pressure to conform to society norms and eye service, especially eye service. You see this society norm, being a respecter of persons and all of that too, conforming to society norms. Again, if you work in integrity, God righteousness, and authenticity, this should be your navigating force, where somebody can be big and huge, but you should be able to say respectfully, oh, I don't align with this. And then the consequences is what it is. Being, especially when we enter into the realms of integrity and authenticity, a lot of painful sacrifices for being authentic and have integrity. You have to pay, because it is not even integrity if the people have not questioned you. If people are not saying, oh, you think you are all that, oh, that person is, do you know who that person is? How dare you talk to the like that? Not like you are rude though, but you are even distant. They'll tell you you are rude. They'll go and hide your file. They'll kick you out of places and everything. But God is clapping, because when God is ready to say, well, I need somebody I trust with integrity and authenticity, God will pick you. God is seeing all those things. God's eyes is everywhere. You can only confirm if you, because people again think there's God, but their actions does not put it. They rather feel among with men than honor God. Yes. They rather feel among with men that honor God, follow norms, societal, this thing. When God wants to do big things, there are people he look for. It's not you he will look for. You will just be in the congregation clapping. But integrity and authenticity has a very, very strong atom of assertiveness with it. You have to go against the norm. You have to be the one running right when everybody says like this. They're supposed to be worshiping this person. This is the way it's supposed to be done. Eye service, do things to get favor and blah blah blah. But you are going this way. It needs a different thinking pattern. You have to pay prices, painful prices, when you choose integrity and authenticity. It can be called integrity because there are scars to show for it. You don't just sit and say, oh, I'm somebody of integrity. There are times it's gonna be painful. You're gonna cry. You are going to look rude. You are going to be painted the black sheep. That's integrity for you. If you have not been called the black sheep, if you have not been called black sheep, disrespectful, you think you are all that, very this, then you are not a person of integrity. I'm sorry, you are not. It has not been tried. You think you are, but God will always try. You see, one thing that makes me laugh: all the things you think you're having issues with people. It's God that is picking scenarios to check you. He's the marking scheme. You are thinking you are having issue with that boss, that governor, and you're a respecter of person and you do eye service quickly. Meanwhile, God has set the person there. It's like, this next phase, I need this my daughter to do. She's or this my son. He has all this thing. Let me see. Is he a person of integrity? Okay, let me set this is but let me see whether he do favoritism. And you with your myopic thinking, norm of life and everything, you go and do follow the norm, societal pressure, and win with human beings. Of course, you win their favor. They will give you one stupid work in the Senate or one opportunity. You get few thousands of dollars, but with God for dominion, territorial influences, zero. God will look for somebody else to give the agenda. That's something people don't know. We worship God, but we seem to forget. It's like God is watching. You see, He's everywhere. When you want to handle people, ask what will Jesus do? What does that's you see? Till we enter that one, that is righteousness, authenticity, and integrity. They go together. We'll get there. Active listening. Active listening. Active listening is the third component of assertiveness, certain assertiveness. In active listening, they consider other people's perspective thoughtfully, with empathy and with self-love window. So in active listening under assertiveness, why active listening is here, because you will ask yourself, why active listening? Am I not the one setting assertive boundaries? Why will I want to listen to somebody that is hurting me? It is not about you, it is you now. This is for leaders. Maybe you own a business and you are managing people under you. Assertiveness goes with justice. When you hear one of the characters of God is justice is just. He like to you assert judgment. You assert judgment. So that's the part of listening. So if you are a CEO or somewhere in leadership in church, or you are a husband that is a leader in the home, or your friend can even call you and say, I have this misunderstanding between two people, or you are even an elder that have younger ones. Whenever you step into a decision where you need to pass judgment, hear two sides of a story where there's conflict, you are at the end of listening to the both sides, you have to assert judgment. Who is wrong, who is right, and the way forward. So that's where active listening comes under assertiveness. So assertiveness comes as the point where you are setting boundaries to protect yourself from people. Assertiveness can also look like leadership, and where you are in a power to create judgment on a certain people, situation, or whatever. So you need the skill of active listening to help you ascertain who is wrong and who is right. So that's what we are talking about. So you have to consider other people's perspective thoughtfully, with empathy and with self-love windows. And that's a lot we're gonna talk about. Considering other people's perspective thoroughly through empathy and with love. This is the aspect of assertiveness for leadership and judging matters. You assert judgment in a matter. God takes this very, very, very seriously. God does not joke with judgment. You see, God will even forgive you when you are hostile to somebody because your feelings was. But if you judge wrongly, I'm going to look for many Bible verses and lay it on the screen. Even if it's something you think is as stupid as is irrelevant, God will come and deal with you. Yes, you see, judgment. God does not joke with justice and judgment. He hates unfairness, and you will be thinking it's small thing, but it's not small. Oh, so you is ineligible as a leader or someone in position to judge between two people. The spirit realm will be listening to you. There's a principle for this too. The same measure at which you judge, it shall be turned together, pressed down, multiplied, and will men give to you too. There's a cost. There's a law of the principle of judgment and justice. That's what it says. People like to quote it only in the church for tithe and offering, but it's a lie. The meaning of that this thing is it's resonate justice very well. That way that thou judgest somebody, because God has Jesus even gave a lot of illustration. See the other steward that his owner forgave him. Then he went to be wicked to another person that was owing him money. Like, you were forgiving much, why can't you forgive? Kind of. Do you get? So asserting justice is very important to God. So, like this Bible says, say, he that ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear of God. 2 Samuel 23 verse 3. He that ruleth over men must be just. That is justice. Ruling in the fear of God, not in the fear of man, not in the societal norms, not in favoritism. The fear of God. What will God want me to say? What is the truth in this situation? Who is wrong? Who is right? Good. As a judge, you are a listener. And this skill is very crucial in finding the offender and the right person. You will need emotional intelligence, discernment, non-bias, because sometimes it will be that that person that you're thinking, oh my God, this one is so mannerless, this person thinks he's all that, oh my, this person is a troublemaker. Oh, it's personal bias. And a case come, and of a truth that troublemaker was not the one at fault, but because you have personal bias about that person to affect your judgment. Perception as special sentiment, that's what I mean. And you have to use empathy. It's not about what you perceive to be fair, it's what is just. Because fairness is human beings, just is God. Justice. Using the righteousness of God as your yardstick, not societal norm. After you have identified the offender from the innocent, the end game of justice is restoration. Because if you see the way of God too, when he brings justice at the end, it's like he slap with this hand, but he uses this one to draw the person close. The end game is restoration. If you have asserted justice as a leader in a place and there's bad blood at the end, this one, you know that there's bad blood, you are not good. You need to go and learn skills on leadership like that. You think, oh, I just said the truth the way it's supposed to be. It's because of who they are. By the time I'm done with these listening skills, you see that you are the problem. Imagine a good leader just come and say, everywhere is in chaos because they are who they are. At the end of this thing, blah blah blah. You know, that's arrogance. Be humble and just know you should. This is their skills. It's either you have it or you don't. It's what it is. So after you have identified the offender from the innocent, the end game is justice, is restoration. You restore, okay, restoration of order. If your judgments bring discord to, or is one-sided, then you are not a wise judge. To pass judgment, you will need tact and diplomacy. Tact and diplomacy. How to spot the offender. This is the thing that King Solomon had when those two women came to him that say one lied on her child and killed the child. If it was many of us, we'll give the liar the baby or we'll be confused. But Solomon had wisdom. Won't you feel pain and say, God, give me wisdom for good judgment? That's it. That was a human being like you. This was how Solomon got the wisdom and discernment, how to spot an offender. The offender can be spotted first from the nature of the offense. First of all, what is the nature of the offense? There are different types of nature of offense. You from the nature of the offense, from defensiveness and from body language, you will get the offender. While the innocent one, the victim, always shows accountability. I'll tell you how to recognize it. Accountability, but we also want to explain them, but will also be defensive. The both sides usually will be defensive. The innocent one is always defensive from a point of accountability and explanation, which shows humility, while the other one's own defense is from a place of right and arrogance to a point. Because it's very tricky. You have to have wisdom to be able to discern it. If you have biases and it's not the spirit of God leading you, you make very wrong, stupid judgments. Types of offense: we have emotional, physical, betrayal, mental, psychological, spiritual, financial, social, status, and all of that. Institutional. You need diplomacy to identify the explainer from the defender, just like King Solomon did. That was what he did. He found out how to navigate people's ego and pride and be authentic in asserting judgment. Oh, anyways, like, do I need to explain the other thing I said? I said the both sides will be defensive. The wrong one, there's a form of arrogance and justification to what they did, why it is right. They will justify that thing they did. Why the one that is not at fault will feel hot and would be like, oh, even if it was this way, you know, this was the reason I did this, and I don't feel this is fair, or this is the reason I did this. Just know that that is the one that the problem did not come from. But again, as a good judge, when you are in this place, is you have not when once you've identified them, you are supposed to carry out judgment in such a way none of them know, none of them feel condemned, and none of them feel they were right. That is a skill. That is wisdom on another realm. Only the Holy Spirit gives it. It's not about condemnation. It's not about condemnation. The judging and the justice we do in courtroom of lawyers and this is about condemnation. The justice in emotional maturity and with God does not have condemnation. God does not like condemnation at all. The aim is restoration of justice. That's how God is. That's how God is. God's wisdom transcends foolishness of man and our this thing. Human logic to what justice and assessing judgment is somebody condemnation of somebody. God's own end is restoration. Condemnation is none of them should feel condemned, even after you've picked the defensive one. So usually the defensive one that is wrong, you can easily hurt their ego and pride because they yeah, pompous again, and like you hear it in everything. Along with God, righteousness, values, honesty, loyalty, truth, peace, and gentleness. Empathize without compromising. Empathize with the both of them. Let them empathy is you understanding from both points. Let them feel seen. Oh, I can feel why I see why you felt that way. Wow, and as she did that, it made you feel this way, right? You're sitting on the fence. Use I statement. I feel, I feel, don't none of your don't attack any of their character straight up. I feel focus on the thing that have happened. Don't assume anybody's motivations. Avoid it. Any preconceived notion of your bias of one of them, avoid it. You are to die to worldly desires and ambition to be an authentic leader. Yeah. So sometimes, apart from the biases, if your brain or subconscious have seen that you have more to gain from this particular person than this, it can influence your judgments. So that's why, like, you have to die to worldly desires to somehow be an authentic judge. You have to let go of ego and ambitions to authentically judge, be a good judge. Even in the spiritual realm, God will raise up judges. These are something he will look like. God will not go and pick you and say, come and be my judge. I trust you. When you even in the physical this thing, you are a respecter of persons already. You are looking at what you can gain from this one. You are looking for at how your personal bias with this one. They don't even release kingdom responsibilities to people like that. God will not even do it. Because now, as he make you a judge, the meaning of a judge in the realm of the spirit is that anything you decree on somebody is sealed. God will have released that power. So you now be going about and be killing people. God will give it to somebody that even if they are enemies, it will take a lot before they can pronounce judgment on that person. That's a very strong spiritual authority. What God will look for is somebody that is not quick to judge people. He wants you to be a judge, but he will give it to the person that is not very quick to judge and condemn. Yes, but now we like to pursue physical things only, and it's when spiritually you are there, you are vetted, all those things come. If you use physical to get there, it doesn't always last, because what you use eye service to get, somebody will come with bigger eye service, and that person you have done eye service for, they will now mess you up. You'll be like, how could this woman be after all this? How could they do it? It will be surprised. That's human being for you. So it's only God we owe authenticity and things, because human beings, no matter how much you kiss their ass, you lay on the floor, you sit on the fence, you do things for them, they will mess you up, especially when God wants them to shock you. God wants to humble you. Yeah. Check your intentions and motivations. Is it governed by societal norms or favoritism, conformity, expectations, and social pressure? It's just the same thing I said too. And it can be intrinsic or extrinsic. Selective hearing. Try not to do selective hearing. Selective hearing is when you have seen a particular offense, maybe because you have biases towards that person, or you have this thing, you want to please this other person, you start to downplay and minimize the role one played in one, because you minimize it. That's called selective hearing. You hear what you want to hear from the eyes of your biases already. That you are not being a good judge. You have to be diplomatic and thoughtful. Tact and diplomacy. I'll put what tact and diplomacy is on the screen, because I feel everybody should know what being tactful and diplomatic is like. Sense. One, okay, so now what looking like a tactful and diplomatic listener look like? The first one is sensitive tone. Be very sensitive to the tone of your voice. Number two, careful with your words. Very, very careful. Number three, avoid conflicts. Your game aim is you are not fighting with anybody. Number four, prioritize relationships. Restoration is the key again, not whatever. Number two, finding common grounds. Look for common ground. Number three, multiple perspective, not one side. Acknowledge and validate both perspectives. Like I said earlier too, look for how you can validate both perspectives. If people feel validated, I swear, if you want them to apologize, they will. That's one thing I found, that the first thing, stop your nonsense. Validate where they feel offended. The two different people, the defender and the explainer, validate their emotions. What causes this chaos is when people don't feel validated, when you make it feel like they are stupid for feeling the way they feel, they are overreacting for feeling like that, they are overreacting for feeling they need to and behave like that. No, validate people first. If your aim is truly to bring peace, to say blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Think about it. If your aim game as a judge there is peace, like when Moses was with the children of Israel, he was the judge. They will bring all matters to him, and he was doing it before his father-in-law said, "Do you want to kill yourself? Set up elders." If Moses was doing it that there was bad blood, do you hear in the Bible at any point they say, and it came to pass because the two people fought? Because there always the wrong one and the right one. It's not that deep. They say because two people fought, and Moses was taking sides with one person. What do you think will happen in that camp? They'll not even have time for God. They will be killing themselves. As they were in that wilderness for 40 years, do you hear they say, and one shot his neighbor, killed him, stole his this thing? No, to tell you, they even downplayed the excellence of the judgment of Moses. That's what it should be. None of them is an enemy. None of them is to be thrown under the bus. The essence of justice, judgment, asserting judgments is to bring restoration spiritually, because like spiritually, that's love, is to bring restoration. Okay. Restoration, laugh the matter, make it light-hearted, make them love themselves more. Do dinner, let them come and eat. Say it's not like that. Look for wise way to bring that, be that peacemaker. That's the meaning. That's the meaning, definitely, sir. That's just it. The fourth skill of asserting boundaries is using I statements. It will help you avoid blaming the person and for them to go into defensiveness. So you want to assert boundary with, maybe this your friend, your best friend outside likes to say things that make you feel so embarrassed. Every time it's like they are talking down on you in the midst of people. So when nobody's there, like, I want to talk to you about something. It's just say, please, I want to talk to you about something. The way you are speaking to me, I don't like it. You always do that thing. You'll be talking to somebody anyhow. They'll be like, excuse me. They too meet you with grace, and the relationship will scatter. Everybody will move. But if you're like, oh, I want to talk to you about something, I will say, I always feel I always feel really, really, really bad anytime my appearance is being talked about. You started with I statement. I always feel bad anytime you refer to my appearance like that, and it's in the midst of people. I swear to God, except that person is a foolish person, except that person is a demon. They will be like, oh, even if they are not good people, they will pretend. They'll be shocked by that. They'll be like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. Oh, but I was just playing with you. They want to minimize. Like, I really don't like anytime you do that again. Confident body language, looking in the eye, and respectful tone, expressionless, beautiful tone, respectful. I don't really appreciate when you do that. Please don't do that again. And imagine if the idiot, sorry, if the person still repeats it again, I'm like, the last time I told you I don't like when you do this thing. I told you I don't always feel anytime I'm, starts with I statement. I told you I don't always feel appreciated when you do this. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. On the third time, we are setting boundaries. If that means not going out with the person again. Hello, what's up? There's this new place. I think we should go out. Say, oh, I'll be busy. Sorry, I can't go out. You don't need to know. That's an example of passive assertiveness. I'm saying this so that when I'm talking about types of assertiveness, like why you are always going. I'm like, I have so many things. They'll just notice. I'm like, you are not following me to go out again. I'm like, it's not like that. You're just busy. Remove yourself peacefully, no conflict. Beautiful assertiveness. That's subtle. You see why I say I love passive assertiveness? That's my style. I don't like stress. Remove yourself. Maintain eye contact. Don't break eye contact. Always maintain eye contact with the person. They will feel uncomfortable and it will do something to their inside and they'll know you're very serious. Always maintain eye contact, but in a respectful way by being neutral in emotions and stern. Use a firm but respectful tone. So your tone should not be, I don't like when you're I don't like when you should not be aggressive either. Use a firm but respectful tone. I don't like it anytime you do that with me. I honestly don't like it. Like a firm but respectful tone. Benefits of being assertive: it builds your confidence and self-esteem, of course, improves relationship and respect and understanding building. I gave you an example, they always bend later on. Reduce stress and anxiety. Standing up for yourself and expressing yourself needs can reduce feeling overwhelmed and undervalued. Increases effectiveness as a boss or a team lead. Can help you achieve goals and needs efficiently. Yes, because when people are working for you as a new CEO that hires staff, sometimes you don't know how to assert the need of the company because you're not getting what you need. So assertiveness helps that. Types of assertiveness: we have basic assertiveness, which is standing up for yourself, expressing needs and feelings, and in a clear, direct manner. That's like the first step, what we've been talking about, expressing yourself and your needs. Then second, we have empathetic assertiveness, expressing understanding and acknowledging others' feelings and needs while still maintaining one's own boundaries. So there are some cases that, of a truth, the reason why the person is doing that thing is because they don't have choice. But again, it doesn't mean you sacrifice yourself for their own. I understand where you are coming from, but I cannot do it. You understand? I understand. Imagine one thing that came to my head now is, imagine is a nursing this thing and I'm on night shift, she's on morning shift, and she's now begging me to come and take her shift because her child will soon die and have one leg. God forbid. Why did I use that example? I'm sorry. But she needs to travel somewhere or somebody died and blah blah blah. You understand, but you have something to do. You that doesn't mean you sacrifice your need for her. Okay? I understand how you feel. I wish I could help, but I cannot because I have to wash my clothes. You don't even need to try, you need to wash your clothes. But I'm saying wash clothes because in your mind you'll be thinking, oh, this person wants to go and bury somebody. Now me, I'm choosing washing clothes over the person. But again, if you do not wash the clothes, you will not have time and your uniform will be dirty to the hospital. But you downplay it and pick the person's own needs above your own because of people pleasing, and you think it's kindness. It's not. It's niceness, sister. My love is niceness, and we don't move in niceness, we move in kindness. God does not reward niceness. Good. So you will know when it's a case of being empathetic, that the person is going through that and doesn't need you should sacrifice yourself. So it's empathetic assertiveness. I see you, I understand your feelings, but I'm very sorry, it's not possible. Oh, you want to borrow money, but I don't have. I see you do, you are about to die, you cannot pay your house rent. So nice. If I give you this money, I don't trust you that I'll give you, but I'm not telling you to your face. If I give you this money, I'm going to starve for 1 year, the next 2 weeks, so I cannot borrow you the money. I understand. God will help you. I move. Mhm. Escalating assertiveness. Gradually increasing assertiveness in intensity to address persistent severe issues. There are some people that from the pit of hell, we will see them along the way, the narcissists and all of them put together. They will try you. Those are the ones I say, when a narcissist see you set boundary, battle line has been drawn. They will seek to take your life. Yes, that's how narcissists are. So this is escalating. You too will have to stand up with the aggressiveness of the kingdom of God and go against the enemy of the Philistine. You say more direct communication. The issue is, you know, firm but respectful tone, no aggression but passive, very firm with authentic and seriousness. No accusation, focus on the behavior. No accusation, focus on the behavior, not the person, with emphasizing what I statement again. You still saying the same. I strongly advise you stop speaking to me in that tone. I will not tolerate the guilt tripping henceforth. I expect that my needs are prioritized. Set up consequences at this point and don't lift it. Assertiveness of boundaries. Consequence is not unforgiveness, it is consequence. Like I said, state what you won't accept and the consequence of violating it at this point. Stay true to you, to your consequence, especially when it seems uncomfortable and challenging. You want to break, don't break. Hold your wickedness to the end. Maintain respect but be firm. People will fear you more when you are more, you hold on to your consequence. When people see that when they try you, their consequences, they'll take it to the coven, like I said, and they'll respect themselves. Rather than screaming and shouting like a mad person fighting out there. Consequence. Consequences of action. And it's removing your energy, removing the thing you used to do before, giving distance, as well as so many other. Let people get the consequence for their action when they do things twice or three times. Your body language is very key. Stand up straight, expressionless face, bold and confident, eye contact respectfully. Seek support and assistance from your friends or people you trust, because it's not easy battle. Example of assertiveness, escalating assertiveness statements. I feel disrespected when you interrupt me. Let me finish speaking before you respond. I expect you to respect my boundaries. If you continue to disregard them, I will need to reevaluate our relationship. Yeah. I will not tolerate being spoken to in that tone. Please communicate with me respectfully. Don't you, it's not sounding powerful. Don't you like it? Respect and honor. Okay. Number 4, collaborative assertiveness. Working with others towards a mutual beneficial solution for a problem while maintaining one's own needs and boundaries. Aggressive assertiveness. Confrontational methods damages relationship. This is aggressive method. It's very aggressive. It damages relationship. Submissive assertiveness. This is the one that women should do in marriage and they don't like to hear. Expressing assertiveness while being still prioritizing others' needs and desires. Yeah, yeah. Indirect. Do I need to explain that? Indirect assertiveness, third party or written communication. Passive assertiveness, my favorite that I've been talking about. Expressing assertiveness in a subtle, indirect manner, often through non-verbal, because I don't have time to explain and talk plenty. Often through non-verbal cues or written communication, body language, straight up action. People respect and move to action. You just see me moving differently. One, low emotional intelligence. Passive assertiveness is best in handling people with low emotional intelligence, which you meet many of them in Nigeria. Okay. 2, toxic people. 3, stonewallers. You see who they are. 4, in cases of power dynamics where this person dey powerful, they fit destroy your life. You have to use passive assertiveness in such dynamics of power or vulnerability, complex situations, even in marriage too. 5, cultures that idolize respect and age and position, like Nigeria again, Africa. Why? It avoids escalation when there is a lot at stake. All right. 2, maintains boundaries without being confrontational. 3, respects culture, because culture, you have to respect it too. Cultural norms while taking care of yourself. Examples of passive assertiveness. Distance. I stand up. This one. Distance. If you prove to be the weapon formed against me, I will give you distance. Nah. If I feel not taken for granted, I associate you with stress. I associate you with mental drain. I'm not always around. You will not be seeing me. Sorry. 2, picking calls or responding. Yeah, I would always be busy and not pick your calls. I know some of my friends used to watch this thing and they'll say that's what I'm doing with them. I swear that's not what I'm doing with you. I won't do it to family, friends, and whatever. I'll tell you to your face. But I can do it with family and friends if you try me much enough. If I associate the person with wickedness, if you check in your heart, you're not wicked to me, you're not taking my phone here, so I'm not doing it to you. Probably I was not with my phone. Expressionless. Yeah, maintaining an expressionless face. I notice with in power dynamics, like I said, if they can tell your emotions, they use it to know your vulnerability. But when you can mention being emotionless, you cannot read my emotions, you don't know if I'm happy, I'm the queen of that. You don't know if I'm happy, you don't know if I'm scared, except I let you know. That's it. Stop oversharing. Woo! Stop oversharing, because sometimes your oversharing is where they are getting to shoot you gun. You talk too much. Church or church, church or church. Accepting advice. When you are giving advice and opinion, thank them very well and accept it, and turn the so the conversation can end. You turn and do what you want to do. Yeah, those are the wisdom of passive assertiveness. um Avoid committing with sentences like I will think about it. Oh, okay, I will think about it and let you know. Don't commit. Set boundaries and time and energy and resources. Set boundary around your time, around your energy, around your resources. Run away. Always say, oh, run. Prioritize self-care and compassion. Already this video is 1 hour 48 minutes. So what we have left is um we have entered into how to handle dynamics of manipulation, narcissism, stonewallers. If you want to know what all those means, stay tuned for the next video. I thought I was going to be able to enter into the manipulation this thing, but I'm very happy I didn't enter it. That way I can have a video separately for it. So this video is just all about assertiveness and boundary setting. So thank you for your time with me. See you in the next video. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel below so you will be notified anytime I upload a new video. And let me know, don't forget in the comment section if you have any scenario that you want me to talk about on how you handle such a dynamic that you don't know how to handle, how to assert your boundaries with. And if you are too shy to comment in the comment section, send it anonymously to my email.